Well, I am on my way up to one of my favorite spots with a good friend of mine who traveled all the way across the country to come and camp with me. It's a very thin road, and it's quite the drop off over there. They call it blue pine. It's pretty beautiful, actually. We've managed to get a little bit of a break from the horseflies, which have been ridiculous up here, only for the mosquitoes to come in. So I guess that's a good trade-off, but still kind of sucks, and I know why people don't come up to this campsite very often, even though it's free. The horseflies and the mosquitoes and the bears, there's a lot of bears up here. Why it's not frequented very often.
Balls.
Fire no burn good. I have solution.
Fan make fire good.
Fan make fire good. Oh, yeah. Woo!
My retirement. We'll say toilet paper's where it's at, but no, it's the corned beef hash.
One of the fun things to do here at the Boulder Batholith, besides UTV and mountain bike and even hiking, is rock hounding. The Boulder Batholith is home to a large array of minerals. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of digging holes in the earth hoping to find these quartz crystals, but I'm going to try today to see if we can't find something. You can see up where Elwood is, this spot has been dug pretty heavily. Some very ambitious folks. And from what I hear, you can find pockets of this crystal around the base of trees And this solid rock down here. This is a type of rock hounding that I am not familiar with at all. So we're going to give it a try and see if we can't find some nice quartz crystals. Or maybe if we're really lucky, some amethyst. Doesn't look like there's going to be much here. I have no idea where to dig. I'm just pulling out my generator. The old typical routine. I feel genuinely sorry for all the senior citizens and the older folks that have to do this. Lifting a 60-pound generator from that height. Cocktail clock.
Oh, yeah, you heard that, didn't you? You.
Oh. I'm even in the shot.
Oh, buddy.
So I'm guessing if we wanted to, like, redo a conversation, topic, question, whatever, we just do it again and you just clip it all and cut it and all that.
No. One take, always.
That's all we get?
Yeah. No, we can clip it. Because I oftentimes try to figure out, you know, I'll stumble through words, or sometimes I'll pause for a long time.
Yep.
And then I'll just kind of just clip that out and then just cut right back in.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to make yourself not look like an idiot.
It's pretty easy to make myself look like an idiot, too.
I like to, I sometimes I'll go in and actually get rid of ums,
Yep.
or so's, or those,
Here we go.
what are they called? Supporting words. So, this here is my good friend Shane. Let's see here. Hey. And Shane drove all the way out from the East Coast to see me and hang out with me out here in Montana, and maybe even Idaho if I can convince him to.
It's possible.
Travel a little more west and embrace our manifest destiny. Why don't you give a little description of how we met? Because I can't really remember.
I was hoping you were going to share the story of how we met, because I don't have the slightest clue, man.
Okay.
It's been a while. It's been a minute. Close to 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, I remember how we met, and we can't discuss that on film. This isn't going to actually go in.
That sounds about right. So that's probably pretty correct.
So there we were at a Mensa meeting. We were both being awarded for being complete and total geniuses in our respective fields.
Yep.
Him in some sort of engineering with all his book smarts, and me by putting screws into wood. I didn't know that qualified me for genius level, but here I am.
Yep.
Living in a truck camper, homeless, as you might call it.
Well, I mean, you're not homeless if your home follows you everywhere you go.
That's true, actually. As George Carlin so eloquently put it, it's not homelessness, it's houselessness. So I don't technically have a house unless you qualify one that's on wheels.
Well, so this is like a pickle for the knowing.
A pickle for the knowing, yes.
I'm going to use that all the time.
Oh, speaking of which, I don't really give shout outs to any YouTube channels nearly enough, but you guys have got to look up this this YouTube personality. His name is Mr. Ballin. And then look up a video called, I think it's called The Stray Cat King. And it goes through a story of a guy named Timothy Dexter who lived back in, I'm guessing, the late 1700s and sometime into the 1800s. And it is the most hilarious and almost unbelievable true story I've ever heard of.
Pretty good.
Of a single individual. So check that out, because it is brilliant. And then you'll understand a pickle for the knowing ones reference. When I first started hanging out with Shane, you were living on campus and working on getting your degree in...
Technically my second degree.
Oh.
Second bachelor's in mechanical engineering. First one being more or less in software engineering.
Software engineering, okay.
Coding, things like that.
So at this time, I was also homeless or houseless. I gotta stay as
Houseless, yeah, you have a home.
Yeah. And I was actually staying in kind of a similar setup to this. It was a 1998 Ram Cummins and a 2000 Northern Lite camper. And I would park in the student parking lot and we'd hang out a lot. There I was back in 2013 looking for a friend to go rock hounding with, and the place where I go rock hounding is a fairly extreme environment, I would say.
It's a little austere.
Austere? Ooh.
Yeah.
I should have brought my thesaurus today. It just so turns out that Shane wanted to go out and do some backpacking.
Because I love partying in austere environments. It's my jam.
Unbeknownst to him, he was not aware of how addicting rock hounding could be. I think you went up there kind of with a little bit of hesitancy and possibly.
As much as I love abusing myself for my own enjoyment and entertainment, walking around and filling a backpack slowly with rocks wasn't quite meeting the threshold initially. You're right. I was skeptical of just how fun that could be.
But then the area that we go to is renowned for some very beautiful specimens. Some of the nicest in the world, actually, from what I hear. We ended up starting to find those. And then I got him hooked. Yep. So much so that now he's driving 2,600 miles. Basically, is that how far it is one way?
It kind of depends. So I'm a little over 3,000 miles to get here this trip.
Here we are in the Boulder Batholith. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. This is a really
this is a spot.
Really nice place to relax and have reception. Oh, you're a teacher, right?
Yep, high school teacher now. Left full-time engineering to be a high school teacher, and started a couple companies last year, one of them being Naughton Dynamic Solutions. Your go-to source for manufacturing, design for manufacturability, mechanical design, CNC programming, anything you need. I'm the man.
Subtle plug.
Yeah. Is that... I was trying to just, softball it in there.
Cool. I think that pretty much can just about wrap up this brief little interview here. I've never done one of these before, but I figured
Me either. I don't think we're doing too bad so far.
I think we're doing pretty good. It's almost like it's a podcast. Of which is going to be severely chopped and edited and cropped.
First one of those, too. Seen it here first.
Here is Brown Dog Productions. Nice little
Brown Dog Overland Tours.
Brown Dog Overland Tours, okay. Digital setup.
Brown Dog Tours.
Because he's one of them book smart people that don't need to use his body for everything.